Good morning, students of standard 12. Today we are going to study topic protein synthesis from chapter 6, molecular basis of inheritance. Protein synthesis. It is the process in which protein is synthesized within the cell from the genetic information present in the DNA. So, students, protein synthesis is actually a process in which within the cell, that is inside the cell, protein is synthesized from the information present in the genetical form, that is in the form of genes of the DNA. So, students, the formation for the protein is present in the form of genes on the DNA, and this conversion of genetic information for the protein synthesis from the DNA is called as protein synthesis. So, students, in this picture, if you concentrate, you will be able to notice DNA, genes which are coding the informations for protein synthesis, mRNA, tRNA, and further free amino acids, the smaller subunit of ribosome and the larger subunit of ribosome. The DNA present inside the nucleus is unwinded by the RNA polymerase and mRNA is formed. So, students, the DNA which remains present inside the nucleus is unwinded by the RNA polymerase, and as a result mRNA is formed. So, students, it is the RNA polymerase, the main function of which is to transfer the information for the protein synthesis present in the form of genes on the DNA into the mRNA. So, students, this step in the protein synthesis further can be understood with the help of this picture, where you can easily notice the DNA strand which is having the information of the protein synthesis is being transferred by the RNA polymerase on the mRNA. So, students, from the DNA, a new strand, that is the mRNA, is produced, and that is one of the major steps in the protein synthesis. The mRNA, after being formed, is translocated to the cytoplasm, where it further combines with ribosomes. So, students, the mRNA which has been synthesized inside the nucleus now gets transferred to the cytoplasm, where it further gets associated with the ribosomes. So students, here if you concentrate in this picture, you will be able to understand that from the strand of DNA, the mRNA is being formed, and which further gets translocated from the nucleus to the cytoplasm, and which further combines with the ribosomes. So students, these are the ribosomes which you can see here. The mRNA initially gets associated with the smaller subunit of ribosomes. So students, initially the mRNA gets associated with the smaller subunit of ribosome. So students, this step in the protein synthesis also can be followed with the help of this picture, where you can easily notice that from the DNA strand, the mRNA was synthesized. So students, this is the mRNA, and which further gets associated with the smaller subunit of the ribosome. So students, here you can notice the smaller subunit of ribosome. So students, this is the smaller subunit of ribosome. Okay students, the tRNA further gets associated with the activated amino acid. Students, the tRNA further gets associated with the activated amino acid. So students, with the activated amino acid, so students, here we can easily notice that tRNA gets associated with the activated amino acid. So students, this process takes place when the tRNA gets associated with the amino acid with the help of the expenditure of ATP. So students, this concept we can understand with the help of this picture, where we can notice the tRNA which further gets associated with the amino acid by the help of ATP. So students, this process is called as activation of amino acid. The tRNA further combines with large subunit of ribosomes at A site. So students, the tRNA further combines with the larger subunit of ribosomes at the A site. So students, here we can notice that this is the larger subunit of ribosomes. So students, you can notice here the ribosome, this is the smaller subunit and this is the larger subunit, and we can notice here also the tRNA which is combining with the larger subunit of ribosome at the specific site, which is the A site, So students, this is here the A site. There is formation of peptide bond between the amino acid of the first tRNA on A site and the second tRNA present on the P site. So students, there is a formation of peptide bond between the amino acid of the first tRNA which is present on the A site and the second tRNA which is present on the P site. So students, the two different sites present on the ribosome can easily be followed with the help of this picture. Students, you can notice here the A site and the P site. So students, on the A site, the tRNA which is carrying the activated amino acid combines, and on the P site the another tRNA with a new amino acid remains present, and there is a formation of bond between both of these two amino acid tools. You can find, students, in this picture also it is written newly born proteins. So students, this peptide bond between the amino acid helps in the formation of the protein. The formation of peptide bond among the amino acid continues, and which finally forms protein. So students, here if you will notice, then there is formation of peptide bond among the amino acids which keeps on continuing and finally forms the protein. So students, this concept can be followed with the help of this picture. So students, if you concentrate on this picture, you can easily notice the tRNA which is present on the A site and the P site, and the proteins which is being carried by the tRNA, and also the peptide bond which gets formed in between the amino acids, and this continued formation of the peptide bond between different amino acids further forms the protein. So students, here you can notice easily that this formation of peptide bond among huge number of amino acids form the protein. Students, now let's discuss an important question. What is the function of RNA polymerase in protein synthesis? The role of RNA polymerase in protein synthesis is to unwind DNA and synthesize mRNA. Thank you, students.